You've got another breakout issue in your own coalition around law and order. Is your government looking at liberalising drug laws?
No, we're not, Chris. What we are looking to do is firstly maintain our tough stance on drugs, and I can't stress that hard enough. In fact, last summer, I spent all summer defending my position on not supporting pill testing at music festivals. So our government's record on drugs is a tough one, and it should be. But if there are opportunities for us, especially where children are concerned, to provide additional resources to get people into rehab and to stop the cycle of despair, especially with ice, which is a huge addiction problem, especially in our regions. I mean, it's a problem which we can't ignore. So we're looking at opportunities we have to put more resources into rehab and medical services, in addition to maintaining our tough stance. And I think we'll continue to find that healthy balance in New South Wales. But
well, there was obviously some sort of dissent and disagreement in your cabinet. Some of it was leaked, and even your deputy premier, the Nationals leader John Barilaro, felt he had to say this on radio.
I can promise you this: we're not going soft on crime. We'll continue to make sure when it comes to drug dealers in this state that they get the maximum penalty thrown at them. And, you know, I know what that looks like. And then the last thing I would want to see is a softening on anything to do with drugs in this state.
So you're saying you agree with John Barilaro? Why were so many in your cabinet concerned then?
Well, of course I agree. And in fact, I've said that consistently during my time as the Premier. We don't take a soft stance, quite the opposite. And I don't ever intend to. But can we invest more in rehab? Absolutely. Do we want people, especially families? I mean, the number of parents who approach members of parliament and other community leaders about their family experience with their children is shocking. Can we provide better services to support families who are going through addiction? Absolutely we can. And they're conversations we should have. But they're conversations a strong government should have amongst its ranks. These are healthy conversations to have, because if you keep doing the same thing, you're not going to get a different result. So you can still maintain your tough stance on drugs, but make sure you're also providing those alternate services, those opportunities for people to go to the rehab, to get the support they need to get rid of their addiction, because people who are addicted to substance cannot function normally, cannot have a good life. And that's the last thing we want to see. Not only is it bad for them, but everybody in and around them. And that leads to further crime and leads to further social disrepair. And that's the last thing any of us want to see. We don't want to see communities destroyed by addiction and the scourge of drugs, especially ice. And that's why we asked for the Commission of Inquiry in the first place. The recommendations are there. We've already ruled out a number of controversial recommendations, and we're looking forward at some stage to give our response to the rest of the recommendations. But I don't think anybody would begrudge us for saying to our citizens, we want to reduce addiction, we want to break the cycle of despair, and we want to give parents in particular hope about their children into the future.